Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. I wanted to jump on and do a really, really quick episode. Also, sorry if the audio isn't as good as it normally is. I'm not in the studio. I did think, I think I need to do an episode about my mastermind. And wasn't in the studio and I thought I can't wait. So that's why I just thought I would jump on now. So I apologise if the audio isn't as good as it normally is. But you would have seen online, if you're on my email list, that my mastermind applications are now open. And because this is my famous program that we release every single year, I thought I need to do an episode on this so then my listeners get a chance to possibly turn into clients. I mean, how amazing would that be? So my mastermind is really, really game changing. Do you really want to stay in the same position this time in 6 months or this time in a year? I'm guessing the answer is no. There's always room for change, for growth, for clarity, for direction, to really level up, to really think, do you know what? I've had these dreams, these wishes, these goals I really want to hit in my business and in my personal life. And I think now is the time to change that. Like, I need to start actioning it. If we don't take these risks and we don't action what we want to work on, we just end up in the same position. And I hear that all the time. I was even with a client the other day and she signed up to one of my one-to-ones and she was saying, do you know what? I'm talking about the same things I was talking about 5 years ago. Like, I need to start making a change because otherwise I'm going to constantly be moaning about the same things. And I was like, yes. So obviously she took the decision to sign up with me one-to-one. And she's already making incredible moves in her business. But the thing is, when we've only got ourselves to lean on, is a very, very difficult place to make progress. And being around our family and friends, it doesn't help a lot of the time because their mindset will be very, very different to us. So sometimes we'll go to them to lean on. And yes, I'm not saying they won't give you the support, they will give you the support 100%, but they'll give you like protection support. They'll always want to protect you. So if they think you're working too hard or you're working too late, or do you think this is too much stress on yourself, like their protection will come out to protect you rather than what really should they be giving you business advice would be completely different. And that's where I come in. I'm like your business partner in your back pocket. And the reason I say that is because when I opened my salon, I was so lonely. And I was like, and my mum is super supportive. She works with me now. I've employed her within my businesses. Like, she's my go-to. But I needed someone that was minded like me, that entrepreneur head that doesn't stop, that creative head, that money-making head. I needed someone, and I was always like, I need a business partner. I didn't know if to get investment. All of these things would go through my mind. And I went years and years without a mentor or a coach. And when I did, I was I think about 7 years in. And I jumped on this call with the mentor at the time, who was based in America. And I was with her for a period of time. And my business completely changed. And I was like, oh my God, why have I not done this before? And I went on to different mentors and I found the ones I really loved working with and I carried on working with them. And my business just sped up, like all the different areas to my business. And I was like, I can't believe I struggled for like 7 years when I could have possibly have implemented this all so much for like quicker with the right people in my back pocket, which is why I wanted to make sure that I created that then for my clients. Like, that was my passion behind it. Like, let me be business partners for people without actually being business partners, without them giving me cuts. I generally just want to help people. And then when I wanted to help people more on a bigger level, I was like, right, I need to do this as a mastermind because then they get me and they get a group and I can serve more people. Even though my mastermind intakes are always small because I don't like to spread myself thin, like to make sure that I can give everyone one-to-one attention. It was still the way that I can serve more people than not. So Let me tell you about the different types of masterminds there are, and then I'm going to tell you some client wins, which are just incredible. So there's two masterminds currently that are open. There's growth, and growth is for those that want to get £6,000 months and get fully booked. And for this, you can be in the hair, beauty, aesthetic space, the training space, the mentoring space, the coaching space, anything where you're trying to get to £6,000 months and fully booked. We've got home businesses in there. We've got people that rent spaces. We've got salons that have just started or are ready to grow. So there's lots of people in there that are in different kind of areas, but our mindsets are all the same because of where we're at in business. So to qualify for that mastermind, you have to be taking under £6,000 a month, but you want to grow to that. Then we've got the Scale Mastermind. The Scale Mastermind is my high level mastermind. Now, Scale was for 12 months and Growth is for 6 months. I'm tempted to actually change that to 12 months, but as I'm recording this, it's 6 months. So, Scale is my high level mastermind, and that's for salons, clinics, training academies, and coaches that are ready to really scale their businesses past 15 to 50k months. Now, the reason for the boardroom behind that is because we can very quickly grow businesses to the next level with the right systems and stuff in place. So those to come into this mastermind, you have to be taking £7,000 a month turnover. Okay, so this is just turnover terms, and then you can qualify for that. But some people in there that were already taking like 25,000, 30,000. So obviously we're trying to get them to 50k months. But if you're taking £7,000 or more currently in your business, then Scale is for you. And we have product owners in there that are distributors. We have training academies, we have salons, we have clinics. And again, that can be in the hair, beauty, aesthetic space. I always say beauty because my banner means all of that rather than just beauty treatments. So it's everyone within that industry. And when I say coaches, there's lots of people that want to start online businesses or want to feel like they've been in the industry for a long time, they've got something to give and they want to start coaching. So actually lots of people within my mastermind are learning to be mentors and coaches as well, which is very exciting because obviously that's what I do day to day now too. So I'm able to help them with that. So let me go through what's entailed in a mastermind. What even is a mastermind? Now, I didn't know what a mastermind was 4 years ago, and then I joined one, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And why it's amazing is because I get my coach one to one, which is what I want because I love one to one. But you also get this community of people that are exactly the same as me. And that's why we use it as applications and why we say mastermind applications are open because not everyone gets in. And that's because we have to make sure the right people come in, those with the right mindset, those that we know will blend together with the rest of the people in the group. That's very, very important. And actually, when we've been to events or when we've done retreats, everyone's like, Kate, how do you get the most incredible people together? I've really got an eye at just bringing the right people together, the right teams together, like those that can collaborate with each other, those that can lift each other up, those with the same mindsets. That's one of my superpowers, I'd say. And it wasn't until I was in a mastermind that I realised the power of the community alongside it. And I can't tell you enough the power of that. And it's not until we're on the physical in-person days or when we're on the retreats that you can actually see that. Or actually when you're on calls and you realise that people are asking very similar questions to what you want to answer or what you want to or what's really going on in your business, and maybe you're too worried to say what it is on the call, and actually other people are asking for you, and you're like, wow, we are all minded. And like I said about like family and friends, it's very, very difficult to have those type of people that we are surrounded by. So actually adding them into a mastermind is absolutely game changing. So when it comes to the masterminds, we have monthly live calls, coaching calls. You have one-to-one calls with me. There's in-person days. There's retreats, if you're part of the high level mastermind, the growth mastermind, get very high discounted access for that. And we have co-coaches because I believe that actually I feel like I know a lot of stuff, but there's some things that I don't specialize in. For example, AI. AI is like absolutely huge now, and if you're not using AI in your business, you will be left behind. So we've got an AI coach that we're bringing in July, which is very, very important. We also have someone that specializes in SEO, search engine optimization. If any of you have read my book, you will know how important this is now. We have a coach that just specializes in that. So it's very, very important for us to make sure that we're bringing in these people into our community to serve you as well. So you don't just have me, you actually have my team of coaches. We have Adele, our mindset coach. You know, our mindset as a business owner is up and down constantly. And I'm a life coach, so I support all my clients in business and in life. But sometimes we need someone to also go that little bit deeper, that just focusing on mindset. And that's why Adele's there. So I make sure I bring in all different aspects of what you need within your business into this mastermind. There's WhatsApp support with me. There's, like I said, monthly calls. There's a portal with thousands and thousands of pounds of information and learnings and trainings. You basically get access to all the training I've ever done. And you can implement that and learn that straight away. So there's so much. I actually have many videos of exactly what's included. So if you did want to know more, then I can just send you the video and it'll give you an insight to, you know, exactly what's in the mastermind. Now, let me just go through some client wins with you because they're absolutely insane. I always say to my clients, you are more than likely to double, if not triple, your income, sometimes even more. And this is because I do overall business strategy. So I don't teach you just one thing to them for you to change in your business. I teach you all different types of things, from your marketing, from your messaging, from your branding, to your personal brand and how to get visible, to money, to your mindset. Like there's so much that we go over rather than just one topic. And I truly believe going over all of those and changing all of these things in your business is where the real like magic happens, because you're working on so many different elements of the business. So one of my client wins, for example, was she was a clinic and she was turning over £7,000 a month, and she's now doing 16 plus £1,000 a month. Like the difference in that, doubling her income, is insane. And we looked at her offers. What was she offering? What did she actually not like offering, and taking that away so we could just focus on that. And we've done loads and loads of work on her mindset too, which has really, really helped. And looking at her customer journey, like there's so much that we've done with this client to be able to get her from £7,000 months to £16,000 months. Then we have another client that we work with that was on £9,000 months, and she is a salon owner in hair and beauty. So she was taking 9,000 when she joined with me, and she's now taken £26,000 a month. Like she's over tripled her income. Absolutely mental. She does have a team, and we've streamlined her team massively and done lots of work on that with the culture of the team, what they're offering, obviously their pricing. We have looked at her marketing and actually where she stands out in the industry and leveling up her profile. So there's loads that we've done there to get her from £9,000 a month to £26,000 a month. And she has so much growth, still, so much growth. So there's loads more that we can do with this client, which we're obviously implementing now. Then we have her home salon, and they were doing £2,000 a month. And with less than, it was like within 8 months, they were then taking £7,000 a month. So from 2,000 to 7,000 in the space of 8 months. And that's a home-based salon, like absolutely insane. And we've done some really big changes within our home salon, really big. And she started mentoring as well, like just started dipping dipping her toes in, and it's gone absolutely mental for her, which is incredible. So I'm really, really looking forward to also seeing the rest of her journey too. But to get from 2,000 to 7,000, 246, 246, there's again, I can't believe I had to work that out on my fingers, but that is over triple her income as well when she started, which is just amazing. And that's just not just a fluke 7 months. Like she was done 2,000, then she went up to like roughly four, then she was on six for a few months, and now she's on seven. So it's, it's a gradual process. Then we have a client that's again a home-based nail tech, and she was on £1,000 months, and she's roughly taking around £4,000 months now. Now the interesting thing is that she doesn't actually want to do nail services. She wants to hold on to select clients, but she mainly wants to be an online business. So we've actually created different products online, sorted out her messaging, like who is her actual ideal client that's going to buy this. Because actually, when you're doing nails and you're working with them clients and then you are going to want to go online, that's like completing a whole new business. And we actually say together, wow, you are making this money mainly from online now rather than your actual clients, which is a complete dream for her. So that's amazing that she's implemented that. And then just to give you one other example, we've got another client that was on £15,000 a month. She's a salon, and she again does hair and beauty and aesthetics. No, she's just hair and beauty. She has someone that comes in to do aesthetics, and she's now on £48,000 a month. 15 to £48,000 a month. And she doesn't have anything to do with her salon, completely passive, and she's absolutely smashing it. And we've changed her, again, team structure. We've looked at her pricing and stuff. We've implemented subscriptions. We have looked at her different offerings and how she can, work with her team as much as possible for them to upsell, downsell, cross sell, all of those different things to be able to get her to higher months. And she is also started in the coaching space too. So we have been working with her on, again, who is her messaging for her coaching? How does she even, what her offering is going to be in coaching? So there's loads that we've done with her as well. So you can see with just a few, like I'm talking, there is a tiny amount here of people that I'm shouting out. There is loads more wins than this. I don't want to go through them all. You'll see them on our emails, socials, and all of that jazz. But you will see that everyone's treated very individually. Not everyone is the same. And I'm very particular on that because what my dream is might not be what yours is. What Sally's dream is might not be what yours is. So systems and procedures are always the same. Business and how it's run is generally the same. But what we want out of that business is always different. So if someone comes to me that's a nail salon, and they want to start coaching, great, let's do it. If you're coming to me and you're a home-based business and you want to grow to a salon, great, let's do it. If you are a salon owner and you're like, do you know what, I'm actually done with my salon, I'm done, don't want to do it anymore, I want to turn it into a training academy, great, let's do it. We've actually got a client like that at the moment. She doesn't want a salon, she wants a training academy. We're working so hard on the training academy, it's starting to take over the salon, and soon she'll have the choice, do I want to keep the salon or do I not? But I have the choice now to close if I want to. Do you not want to do clients? Like my nail client doesn't or want to go on to online. Great, let's do it. Like everything is very flexible with what I do because you get that one-to-one support in mastermind. So we can do what we need to do one-to-one, and then you've got the group to do all the other things. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Now, the two things that I hear all the time that actually get people stuck on joining anything, regardless if this is mastermind, whether it's a program, whether it's one-to-one, whether it's power hour, whether it's a retreat, anything, is time and money. Now, these are only excuses that will come in your way, okay? If you really want change, you will find the time. If you really want change, you'll make different priorities to be able to get the money. And I really, really do truly believe that, because I've gone through these battles too. Like, I was super busy on the salon floor. How am I going to have time for coaching calls? But we make sure that they're limited. We make sure that they don't take up all of your time. But also, you have to prioritize. Would it be better to not take an income for 1 hour and maybe put that client somewhere else, jump on a coaching call that can change your whole 6 months? Or make you even more money, because there's different things that I'll teach you in that call that you'll be like, oh my God, yeah, okay, I just haven't done a client for an hour, but I know now how to launch and make however many pounds within a space of a couple of months. Like, honestly, like, you just need to prioritize your time. Instead of watching that Netflix series at night time, can you change one evening to catching up with a coaching call or to implement something in your business? Like, everyone's got the time. It just depends on how we want to use the time, and that's what's very, very important. So when people say I haven't got the time, it really, really grates on me, and I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not being mean here, but we do have the time. It's just what we spend our time on, and you have to prioritize to be able to get the results. Now, my clients I've just like listed out, they didn't like listen to me and then magically make all this money or change their businesses or change their mindsets. They had to listen to me, they had to learn all things, but then they had to go and implement. Yeah, they've had to action it. The winners don't just arrive, you have to action it. And you have to be really driven. You have to really want it. You have to want change. You have to put your all in. And that's where the magic happens. The other thing is money. Now, I get like money is a massive, massive thing. Lots of you would have heard my story about when I joined the first mastermind I ever joined, and it was £20,000 for the year, and I didn't have it. Like, I didn't have it at all. But I made sure that I found it, and that's what changed my. I'd go to as far as change my life. Honestly, like, it makes me emotional. I remember I couldn't afford this £20,000 and I was in a mood for the whole weekend. I was like, I really need to join this mastermind. How can I find it? And it's just the fact that I didn't just have 20 grand in my bank that I could just like transfer over right now without it, like, hurting me. Of course not. Who's not gonna have a dent in their bank if they didn't do that? And I was so upset, and I was getting really mad that weekend. I was gutted. Why can't I do this? And then they brought out payment plans, and I was like, okay, I still don't know. Well, I can't afford just a random 1,000 something. It was £1,666 that was coming out my bank every single month. But you know what? It makes it more achievable. It breaks it down. I'm just going to risk it. And I did not know how that first payment was going to be made. I swear to God. All the ongoing payments. I literally made my money back within 3 months. Within 3 months. And that's because I literally immersed myself on this mastermind. I joined every call. I implemented everything. Like, and it honestly changed my life. And the thing is, everything that you learn with me isn't just for now. It literally sets you up for life with any other business that you might open. If you're not at a certain point yet, but you learnt something, and then you'll be like, oh, do you know what? In a few years' time, you might be like, oh, I remember what Kate taught me, and I'm going to implement that now. It's not all just about like right this second, it's about long term as well. All the knowledge that you learn will help you forever. And that's what's really important. But coming back to money, like, what I try and make it really, really affordable for people to join the mastermind, in the fact of, yes, it is an investment. It's not £20,000, by the way, but it is an investment. But I try and make it achievable with payment plans, and making it flexible and stuff, because I truly believe that masterminds work, and I want this for as many people as possible. Everyone knows my mission is to help 1 million women in some shape or form, whether that's through my book, whether that's through a mastermind, whether that's through listening to me on stage. And I'm really, really, really passionate about that. So if I can make it achievable for someone to join this mastermind, which is going to scale your business more than you know, then I will do whatever I can to help someone do that. But you have to take the risk. You can't look at this as another outgoing, because it's not, it's an investment. This is going to make you money. Someone that invested and they were taking £2,000 a month, but they decided to invest in my program, but they're now taking 7,000. They've paid off their mastermind a couple of times. Like, their investment was made back a long time ago. But if they didn't take the risk to sign up for that, or they thought, but at the moment I only take £2,000 a month, so how am I going to pay for this? They'd still be taking £2,000 a month now. And that's the reality of it. If you all wanted to grow, if you all wanted to scale, if you all wanted to make a difference, if you're confused right now in your direction, if you're wanting more clarity, if you're thinking, I really have this big goal, but I don't know how to get there, then you need this mastermind. If you're feeling lost, if you're like, do you know what? I've been doing this for years, or my staff are driving me crazy and I don't know how to get the best out of them, or I'm stuck in this business and I don't know how to grow. All the clients want me and they won't go to anyone else. Or I built this business for some freedom, but actually I feel bloody trapped. Or actually I'm starting to hate my business and I need to love it again. If you're feeling any of these, you need to put the time in and you need to put the investment in, and you need to say yes to something that's literally sitting on your doorstep right now that can change your life and your business, and just, everything's will be better. It might even mean a complete change of direction, who knows? But anything is possible. So if you're really ready for that next step, then I urge you to try and apply for the mastermind, and let's see. Now, like I said, mastermind is application only. So what we are going to be offering over the next few weeks is a free clarity call. So if you do want a free clarity call, please reach out to me, and we can get that booked in. And what I'll do is I will put on the show notes below the application form. Actually, do you know what? I'll do both. The application form and the clarity call. I'll put both of the links on the show notes. So just look below and they will be there. So you can either go in and apply straight away, and someone will be in touch. Or if you're like, I don't know which one, or I don't know if this is right for me, or I have questions before I even apply, then the clarity call is for you. So I'm going to put both links below. If you've got any questions at all, I'm always in my DMs. Instagram is where I hang out the most, but you can reach me on all platforms. But KG_Katie Godfrey, just drop me a message. Let's have a voice note. Let's have a chat. Let me know what's going on in your business. Let me know if you feel that, just let me know where you are, and then I can see if this is right for you. Very limited spaces. Doors will close soon for this intake before they open again. Honestly, guys, don't be left behind. Now is to make the change and the difference. Got any questions? Drop me a message and I'll see you soon.